What's poppin', y'all? Record labels are stealing from your favorite artist, depending on how you look at it. I recently made a video titled, Why Your Favorite Rappers Broke. And if you haven't seen it, go and watch that now before this video so it'll all make sense. It'll be in the cards and the description. Plenty of people must have thought I'm Bozo the Clown or something. They're typing like a bunch of retards in the comments telling me that most artists' money comes from touring, merchandise, and endorsements. Duh. It's always been this way. Artists barely made money off their music even when it was selling well. But before we get into how record labels are stealing from your favorite artist, please give the video a like, subscribe, and most importantly, hit the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. I upload every Monday and Wednesday and sometimes Fridays and Saturdays too. And follow me on Instagram, it's on the screen. I post mini album reviews as stories and content that also is a little too short to make it onto a full video. After labels started losing money since record sales declined from its peak in 1999 with $14.5 billion, and in 2012 with $7 billion, 50% drop. The labels noticed sales going down years before this and they needed to figure out a way to make up for the fact that music wasn't going to be bought anymore. One of the earliest, if not the first time the 360 deal was introduced was by Jeff Hansen, a music executive, along with his lawyers Jim Zumwalt and Kent Marcus, to none other than Atlantic Records. It was for the band Paramore, and initially the labels were against it, but he convinced them, and after losing millions in upfront investment on Paramore, they raked in the cash. What is a 360 deal? I'm not mad many of you have no idea what it is, even though you hear the term all the time and try to tell me artists make most of their money on touring and merchandise, because even Lil Yachty had no idea he was in a 360 deal, and he's a rapper. So, if an artist isn't sure what deal they're in, I wouldn't expect a fan to be. A 360 deal builds on the old record deal, and in addition to getting money from the music, the label also gets a percentage for damn near everything the artist does. That includes merchandise, touring and performances, digital products, publishing, endorsements, and all the rest from TV appearances, books, and all that. Now, these percentages are not all the same for artists, but in general, the standard looks something like this. 50% of merch, 25% of touring performances, 25% of digital products, 25% publishing, 25% endorsements, and 25% anything else. Remember 50 Cent's vitamin water deal? He made so much money off that. If he was in a 360 deal, the label would have gotten a percentage of that. The endorsement, not the shares that he bought in the company. This might sound outrageous to some of you, and for some of you this might not sound so bad. You get to keep a majority of all the profits, right? Well, remember what I said in my Your Favorite Rappers Broke video. All of this is taken by the label, and then you still have to pay your lawyers, accountants, manager, tour manager, security if you have any, publicist, and anyone else on your team, and your taxes. And most of those jobs I just named don't get paid a flat rate. They get paid a percentage. So do you see how quickly that all adds up? Or, to better phrase it, eats away at all the money you're generating? So when you hear 30K a show, and you count all the dates and multiply them, then you think the artist is taking all that home. When in reality it's 30K that they're grossing from a show. And that's if they're not exaggerating, which they usually are. What they're taking home is only a small percentage of that. 360 deals are not just something labels are doing though. Live Nation, the event promoters that own Ticketmaster, do a deal like this with most artists. Notable ones being Madonna's tour in 2007 and Jay-Z's in 2008. Some people might be fuming, throwing their fists up in the air, saying how could a label do this? They're thieves, scum, and a bunch of other reactions similar to that. But I'm fair. So we have to also look at it from the label's perspective. What is it that they're providing that makes it worth for them to take so much money? The labels are giving the artists financial support upfront. In addition to the advance, they're giving marketing, promotion, touring, etc. As an artist, you don't really have any capital early on in your career. So the label would, for example, pay to put you on, say, World Star Hip Hop, pay to get you on Genius, get you interviews at these radio stations, and overall, promote you. So when people say that it's unfair that labels take a percentage of everything an artist does, a common defense is that this artist wouldn't have the image or fans to be able to get endorsements, sell this merch, and the rest, if it weren't due to the label putting the money into them and promoting them up until this point. So it's only fair they get a cut of what they help build. It's kind of like they're making an investment in you. But it's not, because investors share in the risk with the business. The label is going to get its money back. You have to pay all the money back that they put into you in the beginning, unless they drop you or sell your contract, which the first is very unlikely to happen. The 360 deal right now is the standard recording deal. People negotiate the terms of it, but most rappers and artists in general are on this. It isn't that bad if you end up becoming a star though, because you didn't have anything in the beginning, and the label put money into you, and it was a huge success, so you're making a lot of money now. That's what happened with Lady Gaga and Lorde. Nobody knew who they were before they were signed, and their labels put so much money into promoting them, and it paid off big time. But it's becoming less and less common for labels to sign artists that are absolutely unknown. If they're signing someone, they usually have a strong following to do music full-time anyway. So the investment is really more of a guarantee. The seeds have already been planted and are sprouting. All the label has to do is a little watering and sprinkle very little money into them, and they make a huge return on investment. Look at Juice WRLD. He got signed right before he blew up. The label probably didn't have to put much money in him, and now they're making a huge amount of money for a very low upfront investment. I want to hear what you have to say though. Are 360 deals fair? And did I help explain it in a way that isn't one-sided towards the artist or label? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Peace.